today I thought I'd do slightly different and I would explore my own work. So this is a poem I wrote for this anthology, and one of the reasons I'm recording this is because there actually isn't a recording of this with the book. The reason being is because at the start there was, but I didn't have the time of the recording. To do the recording at the time, to put it bluntly, I was in the middle of some really important essays for my grade, so I thought I should do things now. Another thing I should know is a trigger warning. This contains references to Christian theology, more specifically hell, purity culture, and evangelism by child. And obviously the other thing I should note is that the specific things that on why I decided to write this poem are quite bluntly quite personal, and please do not read anything into my personal life and to what I myself may view as religion. I just decided to write a religious horror themed poem around childhood. So, let's begin. The Misery of Light by Carrot the Chicken. I remember being on my knees since childhood, crying and pleading to the universe in tremendous pain. I remember the clasping of my parents' hands and the echoes of prayers. I remember citing scripture from Genesis to Revelation with my parents every day. I remember the dreams of hell, the crackling of wood, and the screams of the damned. Child preachers on the radio that was described as being like angels. At the youth group, I was told to cover up my body, even when I was still gangly and had no body fat on my chest. Covered in baggy sweaters as dresses made my body feel as though it was not mine. I felt the shame of having eyes on me, the fear when the youth pastor spoke of sin. When I was 10, I did not go trick-or-treating, as my parents said it went against the light. I told another 10-year-old not to say, "Oh my God." I remember sitting alone, bound by misery, and no one talked about God like I did. My only friend, another troubled kid who I comforted with ideas of God. I thought there was no beauty in how I was led astray by the adults around me. I made a pledge with a beating heart in a tent that I did not understand due to the strums of the notes and the cries of the crowd, and how I ran away to the meadows to play instead and felt for a time happy. I was not okay. So, I would say that I am proud of the poem, and how I got it published was actually because this was part of the editor Sarah Louise Alsop's publishing degree, and I knew her through a friend of a friend type situation. There was just this online group that we were part of, and I submitted my work. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you realise that it tackles a lesser understood part of a childhood in evangelical Christian communities. Over and out.